Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video is going to be on Lesion. Now the general idea that I want you guys to understand when you're playing Lesion is that he's a very crowd control type of operator, as in the way that I want you guys to think of it as being like an operator where you can spread yourself very far, if that makes sense. So you're able to play a lot of ground without actually being able to play that entire ground. Does that make sense? So like the idea is that you use your traps to extend the amount of space that you control is the general idea that I want you guys to have with Lesion. And to get us started here in our first clip, we're going to be over on Outback. Now, we're already in a losing position here, guys. We're in a 4v5. It's match point. We're on Outback. We're defending the red and green bomb site here. And long story short, the enemy team gets another pick, putting us in further into the hole of a 3v5 position. And in this type of position, there's a lot of gaps in this position. We do luckily get one pick with our visual on the roam here. However, there's gaps everywhere, guys. There's gaps everywhere. There's a gap for bathroom window. There's a gap for bottom reptile swing, for the hallway for bottom yellow, and you're going to end up seeing an Ash take advantage of that right here. I'm going to go ahead and get some shots on him right here because he actually just runs past me completely, so I end up getting myself free shots onto him, and he ends up overextending onto me, so I end up getting myself a free kill. Now right here, we actually got audio that another guy jumped in for the hallway, so I'm going to go ahead and swing this little rotate here that I made myself earlier on in this round, and get myself a free kill for the hallway. There's a Thatcher that's going to be over by the yellow doorway here for sight, and he basically is like trying to bait time in this position, and I know that he's trying to bait time in this position, so I'm going to go ahead and just hit a little rat spot in this like bending corner right here. Now if this guy does know that I'm here, I should technically be a free kill myself if he decides to swing me aggressively. However, I was betting on the fact that he wouldn't know that I was here and played it in this position for the sole purpose of that play in particular. Now, luckily for me, he's going to end up trying to get on a drone outside of the doorway. However, he's going to end up actually spotting me on his drone right when I get up to this doorway and start trying to pre-fire me out. And like I said, he's just baiting for time in this position for his ram. So I'm going to go ahead and just rotate back. I'm going to go ahead and start looking for the potential free kill onto ram right here. And long story short, the idea in this type of position, it's a 1v2 position, guys. I need to kill one of the two last players, and luckily for me, the ram doesn't charge through the rotate here. He actually ends up swinging the double door over by reptile, so I'm going to go ahead and get myself a free kill, which means the last guy is the Thatcher who was outside the yellow door in this position. He actually ends up rotating towards the doorway here, but I have a Lesion mine on the doorway, so he can't actually walk in on me because I'm going to end up getting a free kill on him, and he starts rotating towards the hallway here, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate into bathroom, and then I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to wait for him to hit my goo mine on the door, and then I'm going to swing aggressively and get myself a free kill, which is the general idea when you're playing Lesion, is to wait for your enemies to hit a Lesion mine so that way you can swing them and get yourself a free kill. But anyway, guys, if you guys have been enjoying my step-by-step videos so far, please make sure to leave a like on this video if you have been enjoying it so far. And getting us into our next clip here, guys, I actually have a little Techers play that I wanted to show you guys where one of the pieces of utility that Lesion has is the bulletproof, and one of the things that you guys can do is you can actually EMP Flores drones and then pick up your bulletproof if it's available and be able to just replace it down again and basically not lose your Flores drone. I thought it was just kind of interesting, not really related to Lesion at all, but I thought it was an interesting way of saving your bulletproof cameras, especially since it is one of your core pieces of utility when you do play Lesion, you know what I mean? Now, next up, we're going to be over on Consulate, guys. Now, this little angle that I'm on currently is actually a nice little angle to get yourself free kills for any lobby type of push early on in the round. Now, we are defending the top floor here for the meeting console bomb site, and long story is short, it's very unlikely for people to actually push through here early on in the round. However, it's not impossible for people to do, so it actually is a nice little angle to open up. Now, one thing I want you guys to quickly clarify is that I do have two of my Lesion mines already preset inside of admin that I got during prep phase, so that's to basically mitigate how strong an enemy team can do an admin take, which is what, for context, is going to be the push that the enemy team is going to be going for. Now, the general idea here that I need to watch out for is that I need to watch out for anybody swinging into my hallway while I'm playing for reception here. And long story short, there's going to be multiple people trying to push the break room here. So what I need to do is I need to watch out for it. You're going to see a gridlock swing into my angle here. I swing aggressively here, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get any nice shots onto him. But I do end up letting him up on the swing back towards the double door here. And then he's going to go ahead and toss some gridlocks at me. I'm going to go ahead and shoot a little bit just to to bait him out to swing me, and I go ahead and bait out his swing, get myself a free kill. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. I'm going to shoot the gridlocks just as to make it so the other guy is going to get baited out to swing again to try to kill me while I'm like reloading basically. So the Brava swings me and I'm getting myself another free kill. And then now we're in a nice 3v3 position. And these type of positions, you kind of just want to chill and just kind of like reset, use your Lesion mines to kind of rebuffer your position if you can, as long as nobody's trying to like ego challenge into you. And you're going to see here my Aruni's going to go ahead and pick off 2, which puts us into a nice 2v1 position. We have a Lesion mine on our break room door. Honestly, you could argue that we shouldn't be peeking this doorway in this moment. However, I thought it was a nice little pixel angle, and I do end up seeing him swing me here, and I believe I ended up actually hitting him right there. So I'm going to go ahead and back off now, like the logical play that I should be going for in this position, and put a Lesion mine on my reception door right there, so that way if he does try to force his way through, he's going to guarantee at least hit a Lesion mine if he does somehow get past me in this position. But I'm going to go ahead and just chill in this position because my teammate's playing passive. We're going to go ahead and play a nice little 2v1 position, and then we made head holes in this softball right here, by the way, so that way we can play cross angle with our teammate in case this Thermite tries to walk up and make some kind of hero play on one of the two of us, because now we're in a nice cross angle. They try to hit a plant right here, but my teammate's going to go ahead and successfully bait out audio for it, and then he's going to swing out to try to get the free kill. I'm going to go ahead and get some bullets onto him, and then what ends up happening here is that he actually successfully baits my Rooney, and my Rooney ends up dying to him, so I got to make sure I burn a little bit of time here. He's going to go ahead and try to stick the plant on the doorway here, so I'm going to go ahead and swing around and get myself a free kill. But it's very important there that I don't swing him when the clock is still clocking, so that way he isn't able to get off and actually swing me to potentially win that round. Now next up, we're going to be on the basement for Consulate here, and the general idea that I want you guys to understand when you're playing Lesion is during prep phase, your main priority should be to make head holes, make rotates, that type of thing, because you do actually have the super shoddy as a backup secondary, which is really, really nice. And so it doesn't really make sense to kind of like just not be making all the rotates, making all the head holes, just because of how great the super shoddy is for doing all of that little like stuff for your team, you know what I mean? And just prepping the bomb site in general, because you know what I mean, with your gadget, you're not really going to be like doing anything that crazy, so you might as well just buffer up the bomb site as much as you can during the prep phase. And right there, we go ahead and put our Lesion mine for the rush for the Visa hallway, and we're going to go ahead and put another Lesion mine for top spiral, and not the Visa hallway, by the way, it's the Visa like tellers rush hallway area. Long story short, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put a Lesion mine for top spiral, and then we're putting another Lesion mine for the coffee machine, and then I'm gonna go ahead and re-barricade this so that way it's not like already one punched, you know what I mean? Because that could be the difference between somebody rushing that versus someone not rushing it. That's why I re-barricade it again after I make a punch hole, so that way I can put a Lesion mine down. And then my teammate's gonna go ahead and get a pick here. It's gonna be a nice 4v4. We're gonna put another Lesion mine on that barricade from earlier, and then right here I actually had one of my Lesion mines pop over by Spiral. I get audio for it, so what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to walk over towards Spiral, and the general idea here, guys, is that I have to prevent this guy from walking down, or else he's going to have a very major gap. I'm going to end up shooting his drone here, and then we're going to swing aggressively because I know that he's going to be looking for the gunfight onto me for the Spiral door. And by the way, the reason why I shot his body right there is because he was a stream sniper, so that's why I shot his body. But anyway, getting us here into the rest of the round here is after we get that kill, we're going to rotate back to site here. The enemy team is in a very nice position here. They have the wall open. They have a guy over by yellow that just killed one of my teammates. And long story short, they should be looking for some kind of plant execute in this position. And the thing that we need to watch out here is the actual plant with the cuffer, basically. But long story short, how they mess up in this position is that the yellow guy is not playing very aggressively. So I'm going to be able to walk in aggressively for yellow pillar here. I'm going to swing and get the guy that is going for the plant, and then I'm going to go ahead and pre-fire for the yellow guy who was supposed to be covering. However, he wasn't, so I'm going to go ahead and get myself a free kill, which is now puts us in a nice 2v1 position. The last guy is on vertical here, and what's going to end up happening here is I'm going to rotate over to the new pillar, and then once again, guys, it's just going to be buffering my position here, putting Lesion mines down to make sure that it's hard for the last player to push me, and then my teammate's going to go ahead and get the last kill and we secure the round. Now next up here, guys, we're going to be over on a layer, and it's going to be once again during the mid round here. And long story short, the general idea here that I want you guys to understand from this position is that there's one guy that is outside my stock here, so I'm basically preventing this guy from walking in and making some kind of play off of the gap. And by the way, every time that I say gap, the thing that I'm trying to say basically is that a gap is essentially like a place where the enemy can push without any type of contest. So for example, if this guy makes it past me, it would become a gap basically, because there wouldn't be any like contest after that point. So that's why I'm playing this position, because if I don't play this position, it's going to be a gap on our team basically. And what's going to end up happening here is that it's going to unfortunately turn into a 2v4 position here, and this guy's going to get confident enough to go ahead and challenge me aggressively. So before he's able to do that, I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively myself. He's going to be trying to shoot the Lesion mine that I had on the doorway, so I go ahead and get myself a free kill. And for context, there's at least 2 people on vert in this position, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate over towards Toxin/Missile here, and I'm going to be looking for the guy that's pushing through Warehouse that I got a yellow ping for from one of my teammates. And long story short, this guy that's over by Warehouse, he can't push through the double door because for context there's an L-mine on the double door, so it's going to prevent him from being able to walk up on me. So the only play that this guy actually has is to walk through barrels, go into lockers on this little angle that I'm on currently, and I get myself a free kill onto him because it's the only place that he can go to without me having like some kind of like audio or some kind of play onto him basically. Now, like I said, there was 2 guys over on vertical in this position, and what's going to end up happening is once it's a 2v1 position, my teammate's going to get a little bit too aggressive. He's going to swing the last guy, and he's unfortunately going to end up dying. However, luckily for me in this position, the lockers guy actually has diffuser, which goes into my next little tip that I want to give you guys, is that if you do end up getting diffuser, try to get Lesion mines on the diffuser, because it's 9 times out of 10 they're going to try to go for the diffuser, so you're going to be able to get guaranteed hits onto it, because a lot of people just aren't going to check for Lesion mines when it's on the diffuser. Now, right here, I actually had a Lesion mine for the locker's doorway from inside of sight, so he goes ahead and walks into that, which gives me the cue that I can go ahead and rotate into sight. I'm going to rotate all the way back to stock here because I have Lesion mines on the diffuser, which he does end up hitting right here, so I know he has the diffuser in hand now. And then we're going to go ahead and just chill in this position. We're just going to wait for a little bit of audio. What's going to end up happening, he's going to walk in, try to hit a plant. I will run in to try to bait audio. He ends up trying to stick it for some reason, so I go ahead and shoot his body for making such a dumb play, and we secure the round. But anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for the main commentary that I wanted to do for Lesion. Like I said, guys, please leave a like on this video. Also, please give me feedback on this video. If you guys enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, what you think I should improve on, what operators you want to see in the future, that type of thing. Please let me know down in the comments. I would very much appreciate it. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I do have one little extra gameplay clip here that you guys can enjoy if you want to see more Lesion gameplay. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Reloading. We're covered. Changing mags. Keep up area on duty. Reloading.
Changing mags!
I'm reloading.
Op 4, last stop standing. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. operator standing. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.